Let's talk about something a little more advanced when it comes to Counter-Strike. I've done a lot of beginner tips and tricks on this channel, and while it's good for a broad audience, it's not really suited for those of you that already know the game and want to push your competitive ambitions as far as possible. So let me give you some advice from my experience as a competitor through, the lowest divisions all the way up through advanced to ECL level, playing against some of the best teams in the world inside the top 10, and give you a little bit of insight on what I think that is the problem with most players and the reason that we can't progress the way we want to or as fast as we might be able to progress, right? So one of the biggest issues I see when it comes to Counter-Strike and other games specifically, but I'm more of an expert in CSGO, so I can speak on behalf of that, is that people are way too impatient and they're focusing on the wrong aspects of the game. Right now, this is very simple at surface level, and it's something that a lot of people might know in their head, but the problem is that a lot of us only want to aim train. We only want to deathmatch. We only want to do those things and then play our games. We want to pug. We want to play our league matches, our competitive, right? We don't want to actually do the research and put in the time that is required in order to get to where we want to be, right? We're trying to shortcut the path to success instead of putting in the hard work and using our ambition and drive for the better, right? A lot of us, our idea of getting on and trying to get better at Counter-Strike and CSGO is literally just to hop onto the game, aimbots, warm up, deathmatch for an hour, maybe, if we're going really hard, hour and a half, 2 hours, and then play the whole night, right? Play our game, keep playing. But the problem is that is, it's fine. That's going to build you mechanics. It's going to build your mechanics. But the thing is, there is no shortage of players with good mechanics in this game, right? There is no shortage of that. That is not what is going to take you to the pro level. Trust me, from my experience in playing in FPL and ECL team, advanced, playoff teams, there is no shortage of that. And teams think very little of players that have really high mechanics but don't know the mental side of the game. And that opens up a whole lot of things too, guys. A lot of you, including myself, we slack on learning nades. We slack on doing these kind of things, right? To us, it might seem boring. It's not what we need to do, but trust me, if you actually want to be a player that stands out from the rest, you need to practice your mechanics, fine, whatever, everybody does that, but learn every single nade that you possibly can, right? These nades are going to get you out of situations, put yourself into favorable post plants, spots, mid rounds, whatever, and it's going to allow you to show that you're capable of, having this teamwork and you're a team player, right? You're not just worrying about your own mechanics and trying to hit some nasty shots and do these things. You actually know behind the scenes what you need to be doing in the given round. And learning this utility is gonna also help you with your mental game, because learning utility is not just it's not enough, guys. It's not. Sorry, it's just not enough, right? I have a lot of friends that are level 6, level 5, and they're really bad at the game, but bro, they'll know every single smoke in the book, right? You need to be well-rounded, don't get me wrong, but learning that utility is going to be your first step, because the mechanics can always come. The mechanics can come, but just learning this utility and understanding when to throw it, how to throw it, how it's going to help my teammates is going to jumpstart your progress, and it's going to be a lot more attractive to teams to pick you up. I'd rather have a level 6 that knows utility but is a little bad at the game than a level 6 that has insane mechanics but just doesn't know what he's doing, right? So that also comes with watching demos, right? Watching demos is going to be your key to improving. And I'm not talking about just pro demos. Watching pro demos is going to give you so much insight. It's going to teach you what the highest level players are doing, the people that are doing this for their job, for their living, how they're playing this game. And that's great. That's wonderful, right? But your real learning and growth is going to be coming from watching your own failures, watching how you're messing up, how you're playing your games. And guys, this isn't just for Team CS. This could be a pug. You're playing a pug and you're trying really hard, and you want to see why you're failing, what went wrong here. It's not good enough to just watch a demo where you drop 40 kills. Guys, come on. That's going to do nothing, right? You really need to sit down and watch kind of how you're struggling, how you're failing. And even if you do watch a demo where you get 40 kills, there is so much room to grow. And even though you drop 40 frags, I guarantee you there is so much you're doing wrong, right? So in order to progress, in order to be attractive to teams and get through the scene, excuse me, you need to be able to show people that you are a team player, that you're capable of playing as a unit and not an individual, right? That you can be an individual cog in the whole wheel that is turning everything, right? That's making all the pieces come together, right? So that's what teams really want to see. And if you're actually serious about taking that step to further your career or just rank up, level up, whatever you're trying to do, that is the focus you need to have is on this mental side of the game. And I hope that this gives you a little more insight on what people want. You know, even if it's just a duo queue, this isn't just teams, anybody, it's just human nature. Anybody with a brain wants somebody else to have a brain, right? If you want to be some pugger that just mindlessly runs around 24/7 shooting everybody, go ahead. You know, that's perfectly fine. And if that's your play style and that's how you want to do things, then it'll work out. That'll be great. But really getting into the nitty gritty and sitting down and taking the time to actually do the boring part of CS is what separates the pros from where you're at, right? You're never going to be a pro if you're not able to do the boring work and learn the utility that's necessary. And trust me guys, I've learned this the hard way. You know, like I said, I personally struggle with this, and it's something that I try to keep myself accountable with, but it's hard, man. We have lots of excuses. We have lots of, you know, things that we should be doing instead, or, you know, things that come up that make it hard for that. And the last thing we want to do is just sit down there and, oh yeah, here's another nade that I might use once. Well, guess what? That one time actually might get you attention from a team. That one nade set that you just learned might shock somebody or win you around. So you never know, and it's just always important to stay on your toes and keep yourself active, right? And you know, if you want to start at this and you want to learn just quick utility, obviously I check out Nard out here's channel. He's a great guy for that. I'm starting to post nades on my channel as well. You got Austin CS, he's always posting nades. Just check out these YouTubers that are providing these nades and interesting things you can do, and apply that to your game so that you have that little competitive edge over others. So this has been my little rant about what players need to do in order to further and better themselves compared to what people think they need to do, because a lot of people are just a lost cause, and they're going down the wrong path when it comes to self-improvement inside of Counter-Strike. And you can apply this to other games too. Even if you're not a Counter-Strike player, you want to progress in other games, you need to learn the boring part, and you need to find out what is separating the pros from you, because trust me, it's not just mechanics. In any game you play, it's never going to be mechanics. Mechanics are here to help you. They're here to, you know, get you out of situations you shouldn't be in, but utility and in grenade usage and demo watching is going to help you put yourself into situations that are favorable for you, right? And like I said, the mechanics are going to be there for you, that you can rely on to get yourself out of unfavorable situations. So don't put yourself in unfavorable situations as much as you can. There's a reason that a lot of IGLs at the pro scene, you might watch them and be like, bro, I'm better than this guy. Well, yeah, you might be mechanically better than him, but dude, he is 100 times the player you are because of what's going on up here and just his knowledge for the game, right? So never underestimate the mental side of Counter-Strike. Never underestimate these players that know all of this stuff, and just be a sponge and learn as much as you can, because truly that is what is going to separate you from where you're at now and where you could be in 2 years. So don't look at yourself in 2 years time looking back now and being like, man, why didn't I put in the work? Why didn't I do something that was productive? So just keep this message in mind, guys. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Hope you like this, you know, more in-depth content. I can do more stuff like this if this is, you know, well received. So yeah, let me know. I'm down to dive into some nitty gritty stuff and talk Counter-Strike with you guys. So you guys all have a great rest of your day. Keep being productive, and, you know, just live life. Just live life, man.